Hi, it's Ileana here. So today I wanted to discuss prophecies, dreams, and what they mean. And it's always something interesting that happens in those, or it's even a psychic message that comes through in the dream state. Because even when we're dreaming, we're actively seeing what's going on in the world. I interpret dreams sometimes as something that is going on or could happen. Like 2 months ago, I think I had happened to me what was like a psychic intuition, a message. Basically, it was in a dream state. It was like at 2 a.m. So I was semi awake. And I fully remember the dream state. So basically, what I psychically saw was the four horsemen of the apocalypse breaking the last two seals, like literally opening the seals, and that the world would change. It would all be different. It wouldn't be the same. That a lot of stuff would be revealed because we can't go on living the way that we are right now. That we need the clean energy sources. We need to know what technologies are available, that we're able to travel beyond the speed of light, that we have advanced technology, that we can clean up the planet, that we don't need to die from diseases like cancer, stuff like that, that this information needs to come out. Symbolically, what I think was those two seals being broken, is that this information would somehow come out by the end of this year. And I'm not saying it will. I'm not putting dates on this. This is just what I got from that psychic, almost prophetic type of a dream. That something drastic would happen. That's how I'm seeing it, as a catalyst for change of some sort. Something really drastic would happen, and people have always had prophetic dreams, psychic intuition, a knowing, perhaps, that change needs to come about. And this is what I feel this was, that we need a change, that we can't go on the way we are now, polluting the planet, having the engineered food, GMOs, vaccines. We can't go on this way. We can't over pollute ourselves in our world. That needs to change, and the fabric of reality needs to change. So that's what I think the dream state was telling me. That there needs to be some positive changes that should be made. Now, I've been hearing about North Korea and what Trump has said, that he'd unleash the fury of whatever that's never been seen before on North Korea if North Korea didn't cease and desist with their nuclear weapons testing or their threats to launch nuclear weapons against the United States. So Trump said, I would unleash the fury of unlike you've never seen before, the might and fury. So I think Trump is saying that they have more advanced weapons than the world knows about, that the United States has long participated in projects, secret weapons testing projects, that North Korea is just a baby in comparison to, like a child. So in their infantile testing of nuclear weaponry. So this is an aspect of, I think, of what I was seeing in the psychic dream. I don't think North Korea will launch anything, and I don't think the United States will launch anything either. But these are signs of the changing times. Verbiage threats are being made. But I don't think anybody wants to physically act on those threats, because that would literally create more radiation in the world. It would kill a lot of people. Like, who wants that? Nobody does. I think it's posturing and threats back and forth for both of them to stand down, for North Korea and for the United States. Dialogue. That's what needs to happen. Negotiations. Talk. Talking does work. I find it incredible. And when I talk to people, I actually find things that I've never experienced before. And I also had another dream. I also think this is psychic in nature, where basically I heard you need to seek higher ground, that this would be helpful and beneficial to you. And I'm like, why do I need to seek higher ground? Would this be better for safety reasons? What would this help me with? So basically I've done that. I felt like I needed a change. Now I'm on higher ground. I've landed. So we'll see what happens. I have mixed feelings about this being on this higher ground plateau where I am at now. But as things shift and change, it is an adjusting process. It's part of life. It's part of evolution. It's part of changing and moving forward and not staying in same old, same old. Even though it seems like, staying in the same place is comfortable, it's safe, it feels good. But sometimes shifting your perspective and even shifting your location to somewhere else, even though it might not seem so comfortable now, it could have long-term benefits that we just don't know about yet. It's a journey in life that we're discovering. So it's an adjustment process, just like with the dreams or the inner knowing or the psychic message that we get. What is the dream? What is it telling us? What is it about? Why did we have it? What is it? What is its core purpose? What is the message here? Should we heed the message? Is it a positive message? Is it a negative message? Like, those are the things that I always analyze when I have these dreams. And I don't think that those 2 seals being broken by the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse is signaling the end of the world. I think it's signaling the end of something old and the beginning of something new coming in that will bring in change. Whether people are ready for it or not, that's something else completely different. It's just, to me, it's a signal that change is coming, that something will be revealed, that the old ways must go and something different must happen, that there must be a catalyst for positive change on this planet. It's long overdue. And it's chugging along, but it needs a bit more of a push to go through, to go forward. And to me, it feels like it's going to be somewhere at the end of this year. But again, I'm not going to postulate dates because I didn't get any dates. And whenever, you say something is going to happen, then it never happens because you've said the dates. And stuff changes. Timelines, time frames change. And something totally different comes out. So, that's why I'm not saying any dates. I just feel the energy, and I feel like change is coming. More change is coming, and it might not be comfortable. It might not be pleasant, but change needs to happen. So I think that prophetic dream and psychic dream was about that. Now, some people might say, hey, look what she's talking about. This is in the Bible. Oh my God, it's verse this and that. Don't read too much into all of the symbology. Examine the dream state for yourself and what it means to you and how you interpret it. Just because what I've said is in the Bible, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse and the seals, yes, that's in the Bible. There is a prophecy about that, and I have not studied that aspect of the Bible. I have not read any of that stuff. But as my understanding is, this is about change. This is about energies coming in. The old leaving, the changing of the guard, the old leaving and the new coming in. And that we need this. The whole planet needs this to happen. The human race needs a change. And we'll see that change not in the same way. Not everybody will see it the same or interpret it the same way, because you cannot just foist something on people. People will understand the change, whatever it is, in their own way and in their own time frame. Some might see it as positive, some might see it as negative, some might see it as something in the middle. It's kind of unpleasant, it's kind of comfortable. I don't know yet. It's just something that's going on, and I need to explore this and figure this out. So that's how I'm seeing it. And it's not the end of the world, it's just the changing times. We're constantly changing. Time is not what it seems. Time is forever, basically. There's no end or beginning. There's always energy and waves to time. It's not linear. It never stops or never starts or ends or whatnot. It just constantly changes. And for some people, it's easy to change and go with the flow. For some people, it's not so easy to change and go with the flow. It takes them longer to adjust and become comfortable with something new and letting go of the old. Something I'm also learning is, for me, I have some attachments to old stuff like houses and, places and furniture and whatnot. But those are all things. It's not what makes me the person that I am. It's just things in the human psyche. Sometimes it's like, oh, that felt so good. Why did I change this? For some people, it's easier to let go and just go with the flow with the new stuff they're experiencing. For some, it takes longer, and they analyze the changes that they've made and why they did it in the first place. Like, what didn't feel right in the old place? Why did I move, or why did I go here? What's next here for me? And that's okay. We all move at our own pace. So that was part of seeking the higher ground and understanding why I'm here now, and what I'm doing next. So that's essentially life and change and beauty and seeing what comes next on a journey. And I'm sure other people are reading the energies, experiencing these frequencies coming in and something really changing. People can feel it. They feel a shift within themselves. They feel a shift within the earth energy, a vibration, a heartbeat, so to speak. That's how I see it. It's a heartbeat. The earth is evolving itself. We're evolving. So things are coming along. So I just wanted to explore that. And there's archetypes. There's all kinds of symbology and archetypes in the world. There's, I've been studying symbology, and symbols. And because I had studied witchcraft, I had studied light magic and Wicca. So I know the symbology of that. I also looked into Satanism. And that's quite interesting topic, because not everything is as it seems. Even though something may look satanic, it might actually have a totally different symbolism for what the symbol is. Something that is pure and of the light can be turned into a satanic symbol. It can be altered from a pure symbol that is of the light to the darkness. Just like a dark symbol could be altered and turned into the light. It's never just black and white or gray or whatnot. There's middle ground everywhere. So a positive symbol can be turned into a negative, and a negative symbol can be turned into a positive. Like negative can be turned into positive, and positive can be turned into a negative. It's polarity, it's frequency. It's the meaning you put behind it energetically. So just because it looks like satanic, it might not be. It might have been altered for different purposes. Now, that's something that I had studied when I was learning Wicca, when I was studying symbols and sigils. You can create your own symbols and sigils. You can give it any meaning you want and imbue it with any energy behind it. Same with the dream state and how you interpret those dreams and what you see psychically. There's a lot of intuitive empaths out there that can see the future, that can remote view, that can sense things that are about to happen. So the symbology and the meaning that you attach to it and how you interpret it, that's serious stuff. It's how we process things. I'm happy that I studied light magic. I'm happy that I studied Wicca. It has helped me to understand magic better and read energies. And I was studying that stuff at a tough point in my life. And it for me, it just revived me. It gave me something to help me. And it's part of my knowledge base. I'm glad I did it. I have no regrets. I also studied shamanism and animal symbology and meaning, energetic meaning behind flowers, behind animals, and how people act the way they do. Why? Studying human nature. That was a component of my shamanism studies. In reading people and understanding people better, in living in harmony with people, in balance. I don't always look at the most positive polarity. I'm a cynic. I have to admit, I'm very cynical. So, for me, I'm like, what's the silver lining? What's the catchphrase? What's behind this? I always try to be 4 steps ahead and figure it out. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. You can't anticipate everything. You can try your best, but you can't always anticipate everything and anything that will happen in your life, because this is a duality world. There are surprises in this world. There always has been and there always will be. So that's part of the human nature, to seek out new experiences, to travel beyond our comfort zones. And some people just keep it safe and don't do that, and some people actually do. And I've come out of my shell, basically, yes, and come off of my shelf as well. And I chose to take a journey and see what happens. I took a little bit of a gamble. Now, I don't gamble with my life and with change. That doesn't come easily to me, and I admit it. But I took a gamble, so we'll see what happens. And how it goes. I would just say, if you see change coming, feel it out. See if it's right or not for you. What the experience is and why it's happening to you. Examine it if you wish. And see what happens. Because life is a mysterious, beautiful journey. We're all here to explore. We're born explorers. That's why we come to this world. To see what's going on and why. To learn and understand ourselves as souls. This is an experience to learn. This planet is about learning. It's always learning constantly. So there you go. Thank you so much, and namaste.
قلبي